Keywords with Peter and Jane. 7a. Happy holiday. Peter and Jane are going to have a holiday away from home. They are going to the house of their auntie and uncle, who live by the sea. Auntie is their mother's sister. Mother is going to take them to her sister's house, but she is not going to be with the children on their holiday. She has to be at home to look after her father. The two children like their auntie and uncle very much. They have been to their house before, and now they talk about the good time they have had on holidays there. Their auntie and uncle have no children of their own, but they love children and like to be with them. They like to talk to them, to play with them, and to take them out. They are off now and are going fast along the road. I like to go fast when it is a good road, says Peter. Yes, says Jane. I like to go fast, but not too fast. This good road, says Mother, and the man will not go too fast. The sun is out, but the day is not too hot. They look out of the windows. They can see the hills and the trees as they go by. I love to see the flower and the trees, says Jane. Your uncle is on holiday too, says Mother, so he will take you where you want to go. Good, says Peter. He will come into the sea with us. I know he likes the water. And he likes the water too, says Jane. So she will come. It will be fun. It will be a good holiday for us. The children are at the house of their auntie and uncle. How nice to see you all, my dears, says auntie. Do come in, says uncle. You must want your tea. Let me take your things. Yes, it is nice to see you again, says mother. And we do want some tea. The two sisters sit down to talk as they have their tea. The children go into the garden with their uncle to see his dog. What a dear little dog, says Jane. Yes, he is nice, says Peter. Will you let us take him for a walk? He asks. Yes, says his uncle. But come and have your tea now. The children have tea and then go to see their mothers off. Be good children, she says, and have a nice holiday. Yes, Mom, they say. We will see you again soon. The next day, Uncle says to the two children, I'm going to take the dog for a walk. Do you want to come? Yes, please, says Peter. We want to see the sea. They go on a road where they can look down at the sea. I'm not going to walk too fast, says Uncle. Then you can look over at the sea and the boat. It is nice up here, says Peter. I like to see the boat on the water. Look at that red one over there. I want to go into the water this afternoon. It is going to be very hot this afternoon, says Uncle. So it will be nice to go into the sea. We must go home now as it is 1 o'clock. Jane, look after the dog. You are a dear little dog, she says. Will you come into the water with us? Come on home now. It is time to eat. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they are all on the sand down by the sea. Auntie sits on the sands with Jane and the dog, and Peter is in the water with Uncle. Are you too hot, dear? Auntie asks Jane. No, I'm not too hot. It is nice to be in the sun, says Jane. I can go into the water if I get too hot. Peter calls the dog and it runs fast over the sands into the water. Look at the dog, says Auntie. He loves it down here with us. Peter calls Jane and Auntie. Come into the water with us, he says, and bring the ball with you, please. They go into the water and take the ball to play with the others. After some time, they all come out of the water onto the sands to have some tea. The children like to be on the sands in the sun. It is fun here, says Peter. I always want to run and jump when I on the sands. And he calls to him, bring a dog from the water and come and have tea. Then she says, sit down here with me, dear, and don't eat too fast. They all have tea, and then Peter asks Jane to walk on the sands with him by the water. Why? Asks Jane. We will see what we can find, Peter says. We will be back soon, he calls to his uncle. Off they go. As they walk, they look at the sands and the water. The sea brings things in, says Peter. There is always something to find. Soon they hear Auntie calls them back. Why does she call? Asks Peter. It is time to go now, says Auntie. Come on, you two. It is another day. This afternoon, the children are on the sands again. Uncle gave me some money, says Peter. I have some money too, says Jane. What are we going to do? Let us go and look at the donkeys, says Peter. We always do that on our holiday. The brother and sister walk over the sands to the donkeys. They are big ones and little ones, and a man and a boy with them. Peter and Jane look at the children as they go up and down on the donkeys. Do you want to have all go? Asks Jane. Yes, Peter says. Why not? I'm going on a big one. Come on, Jane. You have one too. Jane calls the man who brings a donkey. He helps Jane up on its back. The boy brings up another one, and Peter gets on it. The two children are on the donkey's back. The man takes the money from Peter first, and then from Jane. Don't go along the road, he says. Please keep on the sand. Off they go over the sands. Peter is first, and then comes Jane. She calls out to Peter. We must not go too fast. I know, says Peter. You come after me. His donkey walks along the sand by the water. Jane is come after it. Then Peter stops. Why do you stop? Asks Jane. I don't know why, says Peter. Come on, he says to his donkey. Don't stop, please. Come along. Then he pats it and off they go again. After some time, they come back to the donkey man. Thank you, says Peter as they go off. Jane says to her donkey, Thank you. You are a dear little donkey. We will come back another day. It's 4 o'clock, says Jane. It's not time to go back home, so we can see some more. First, let us go over there with all the children. Come along, Peter. Come along. Let us see Punchy and Judy. We always see Punchy and Judy on every holiday. Yes, says Peter. It is nice to see Punchy and Judy at any time. The brother and sister go with all the other children to look at Punchy and Judy. They are big boys and girls and little ones. A father and mother bring their baby to see. They all have fun. I like this, says Jane. We must come to see Punchy and Judy another day. They are always here in the afternoon. A man comes around with a hat for some money. Have you Have you any money? Jane asked Peter. Put some in the hat as he comes by us. I like to see Punch and Judy, says Jane. As they walk away, I wish we could see them every day. Yes, says Peter. I wish he could have Punch and Judy at home. We could see them any day then. As they walk over the sands, they look at the pier. I wish could go on the pier, says Peter. It's fun on the pier. We have time and I have some money, says Jane, so why not go on the pier now? Good, says Peter. Come along then. First, the children give the men their money and then they walk along the pier. They look down into the sea and at the boats on it. Let us see if the men have any fish, says Peter. They talk to the men as they fish. They look back at the sands. I can see the donkeys and the Punch and Judy, says Peter. Peter and Jane are at the end of the pier. There is a mother boat at the end of the pier, and Peter and Jane can look down into the mother boat. It would be nice if we could go out in the mother boat. I wish we could, says Peter. Have you any money, Jane? No, says Jane. I have no money, and it is time to go back home for tea. We could always come back another day, says Peter. If we go out in the motorboat, Auntie and Uncle will want to come. Yes, they would want to be with us, says Jane. We must ask them first. They see the motorboat go off from the end of the pier. It is very fast. Come on, says Jane. We must go home for the tea now. We will come on the pier again this holiday. The next morning, Peter tells his auntie and uncle about the motor boat at the end of the pier. He asks his uncle if he will take them out in it. Yes, says uncle, I look like to go. We could go this morning if you wish. I could come this morning and I would like to go, says Auntie. But I don't want to get wet. No, says Peter, you will not get wet because it is big motor boat. May we bring the dog? Asked Auntie. Yes, we may, says Peter. I saw a dog in the motorboat when we were on the pier. Yes, says Jane. We saw one when we were there. She passed the dog. You can come along with us in the motorboat, she says. You are always a good dog. The dog will not go too fast. Auntie, says Peter. You will like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, says Peter. There are 4 of us. We will want 4 seats in the motorboat. Yes, says Jane. We will want 4 seats, but there are 5 of us. With the dog, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 5 get into the big motorboat at the end of the pier. It is a hot morning. May we have seats at the back, please? Uncle asked the man as he comes for the money. Yes, we would like to sit at the back, please, says Auntie. The man takes their money and they all sit down. Jane has a seat by Auntie and Peter's seat is by Uncle. All 4 look happy and the dog looks happy too. Up they go. Soon the motorboat is going very fast. This is nice, calls out Peter to Jane. Yes, calls out Jane, I like to fly along like this. They all get out of the motorboat at the end of the pier. Jane looks happy and Peter looks happy too. I think that was the best morning of the holiday. He says, I like going fast like that. I wish we could do that every day. We were going much too fast for me, says Auntie. I would like some tea. I think there is a cafe on the pier, says Uncle. We could go in there. They find the cafe and all five go in. Uncle asked Peter and Jane what they would like. I think I would like an ice cream, please, says Peter. An ice cream for me too, please, says Jane. May we have tea for two and two ice creams, please? Uncle asks the girl in the cafe. Soon the girl brings the tea and the ice creams. From their seats in the cafe, they look out over the sea. The children look at the rain on the window and Peter says, Rain, rain, go away. Come again another day. But the rain does not stop. I will write some letters, says Jane. Yes, I will write some letters too, says Peter. Auntie will help us. I will write the mom and dad. You write the grandma, mother, and grandfather, says Jane. Peter says we will write letters to our friends Pam, Mary, Bob, and Morley, and Mr. and Mrs. Green. Auntie helps the children with their letters. In her letter, Jane tells about her happy holiday, about the donkeys, Punchy and Judy, and the ice cream in the cafe. In his letter, Peter writes about the dog, the pier, and the morning in the motorboat. It's 5 o'clock, says Auntie. You were good to write the letters. Now we will have the tea. Here's a letter from Mom, calls out Jane. Help me read it, Peter. Yes, says Peter. I hope we can read it. Auntie comes in. May I help you? She asks. This is what they read, dear Jane and Peter. It's time to write your letter. First of all, I hope you are well, and that Auntie and Uncle are well too. We are all well here. Dad sends his loves. We hope you have a happy holidays and that it doesn't not rain. Be good children and don't eat too much ice cream. Mrs. Green gave me some eggs this morning. It was nice of her. The children send you their love. I saw your teacher today. She hopes you have a good time. The cat and the dog are well. I think I must stop now as it is 5 o'clock. I'll write again soon. All my love, Mom. Every day, the ice cream van comes down the road where Auntie and Uncle live. All the girls and boys in the road like to see the ice cream van. When it is hot, many children come out to buy ice creams from the man in the van. But if it rains, not many of them comes out to buy. This morning there is no rain and the sun is out. Jane and Peter hopes that Auntie will send them out to buy ice creams. Here he comes, calls Peter. I can see him at the end of the road. Tell Auntie Jane. Where is she? I think she was going to write some letters, says Jane. I will go and tell her that the van is here. Jane comes back with Auntie. Auntie gives the children some money and sends them out to buy ice creams. Many children are at the band today. It's hot again today. Peter is in the water with his new boat in his hand. The water is blue and Peter's boat is blue and red. It was good of Uncle to buy a new boat, says Jane. She has a door in her hands. Dar in her hands. Yes, says Peter, and it was nice of Auntie to let you have her old dar. I hope you like it. Yes, I do, says Jane. Auntie had this dar when she was a little girl. Peter put his blue and red boat into the water and pulls it round with his hand. It is going well, she says. He says. Many children are in the water. Peter finds a friend who lives next door to his auntie and uncle. This boy is Tom, and he has a motorboat which he hands to Peter. It is new, he says. My dog gave it to me. Tom's motorboat is blue and green. Uncle found out that the children had never had a kite. So you have never had a kite, he said. All boys and girls must know how to fly a kite. I must send you to buy a new one. Here is some money. Go to the toy shop by the cafe. The children have found the toy shop. First, they look in the window. They can see many toys. There are motorboats and cars, stars, and a Punch and Judy, and an ice cream van. But they do not see any kites. Let us go in, says Jane. I think the man in the shop may help us. Yes, says Peter. I hope so. Kite, says the man in the shop. There were some here. Yes, here they are. He hands them a blue one and a red one. Do you want the blue or the red? He asks. The red one, please, says Peter. Did you get your kite? Asked Auntie. Yes, we did. We found just what we wanted, says Jane. We are just going to fly it. She calls the dog. The children go off the hill to fly their new kite. Here we are at the top, says Peter. This should be just what we want. Peter runs fast with the kite. The dog runs after him. He wants to get the kite. Peter stops. Why did you bring the dog, Jane? He asks. He should never have the kite. No, says Jane. He should never have the kite, she says to the dog. Come here, you must never have it. Should we send him home? Asks Peter. No, says Jane. I will keep him by me when you run. Peter runs off again. He pulls the kite along after him, but it does not go up. They have never had a kite. They do not know how to fly their new kite at first. It should be go up, but it will not go. Peter tells Jane, I don't know the right way to fly it. Just let me have a go, says Jane. She runs along fast with the kite, but it does not go up. That's what I did, says Peter. That's not the right way. A woman comes along. She is a nice woman. Out for a walk with her dog. Let me tell you the right way, the woman says. This is what I did when I was a little girl. She tells Peter he should take up the kite in his hands. Then she tells Jane she should run fast and pull. The kite is going up and up. We have found the right way, calls Peter as he runs. Look at it going up now. The children tell uncle and auntie that they had a good time with the new kite. They talked about the nice woman who gave them help. Would you like to go out to the woods for a picnic? Asked Auntie. I love the woods, says Peter. Yes, let us have a picnic tea in the woods. Yes, said Jane. It is just what I should like. We have found a nice place in the woods for a picnic, says Auntie. You have never been there before, but I think you will like it. It is a good way to go, so we will have a take the car. It is the right day for a picnic as it is so hot, says Uncle. I'm going to get the car now. Soon they are in the woods. It's a nice place, says Jane. Yes, says Peter, a nice place for a picnic and a nice place to play. On their way the, to the shops, the children talk about the picnic in the woods. They talk about going home to mom and dad. They are going to buy a present for mom and present for dad. I want a good look round, says Jane. I don't know what to get for my present. Do you think they would like a picture? Asked Peter. I think I will get a picture for my present. Yes, says Jane. Give them a picture about our holiday. They would like that. The children look round the shops for their presents. Peter soon finds a picture he likes. It is of the sea and the sands. Jane buys a book for her present. It is a book about flowers. The woman in the shop tells her all about the book. When they get back, Auntie and Uncle see the presents and say how nice they are. This morning, Mother came to take the children back to their own home on the bus. Auntie and Uncle saw them off. Peter has their new kite and his blue and red boat. Jane has her doll and the presents. She tells Mother about the presents. The picture is from Peter, she says. It is a picture of the sea and the sands. The book is from me. It is a book about flowers. You should like it. The woman in the shop said you would. Yes, says Mother. Dad and I will like the picture and the book very much. We'll always keep them. Thank you very much. Peter looks out of the window. This is the day. This is the way. He says, this is the right road. I can see the place in the wood where we had our picnic. We did have fun there. We had fun every day. It was a happy holiday.